Welcome in, everyone, to Fantasy Farm Sports with the toughest intro music in the land. I would like to welcome Patrick J. O'Hara. He's been a fantastic, not only wrestler, but fan and cultivator of wrestling up in Pennsylvania in the sports scene. How are we feeling today, Patrick?
Feeling good, Jack. Thanks for having me on, buddy.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. It was nice to catch up a little bit before the show. What have you been up to? What have you been?
You know, just we own orchards out here in central Pennsylvania, so farm for a living, coach wrestling, and just I have 2 daughters and a son, so just the farm life and sports and a lot of wrestling.
That's cool. That's cool. So I was a wrestler in high school for a little bit of time. I think I got my neck smashed down on the mat, and I was like, you know what? I don't think so. But you were a tremendous wrestler.
I was pretty good for high school and on the local scene. Yep, I was pretty good. Made a few national teams.
Couple national teams. So that had to be. I will bring you. I want to bring you guys into like my 8th and 9th grade. I was talking about Patrick before this, and what was great was, when he came to our high school, before he got there was like this wild buzz in the locker room. There's in the hallways. Like, you guys think about high school, right? And we didn't have these phones. We didn't have all the technology. We just heard that this kid was coming to our school.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you knew about that.
No, but like you were telling me that, it's flattering to hear that. But I guess you kind of know it, like I was saying, but you don't want to think about that. You're just focused on getting better at wrestling, helping the school, and hoping you can make some friends and be welcomed,
I don't know how tall are you?
Like 5'7".
You were 6'5" before you even walked through the doors.
Yeah.
No, I'm very serious. You were like this 6'5" kid from a land far, far away.
Yeah.
You were going to come in, beat us all up, and then be the best wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, right? Because I'm not really like that. I think I was pretty calm and friendly overall.
Calm, friendly, quiet, inviting.
Yes.
I think somebody lost a bet to say hi.
But that's funny, man.
Group of friends that I hung out with.
Yeah. I always liked your group of friends, though. You guys were cool.
Yeah, we were nice, and it was nice but yeah, everybody got to know you, and then we went from fear, and then, all right, he'll be our champion, to like, hey, man, this kid's actually nice. He wants to hang out with us. He wants to talk with us. Mm-hmm. And, you were great. I mean, it was James and Jason Woodall first. Talk about them a little bit.
So those guys were James was a state champ in Pennsylvania, a 3-time place finisher. They both went on to wrestle at Penn State. James' career was kind of cut short with some injuries. He was the better of the two. His junior year, he was ranked number 2 in the country. He went to the prestigious Midlands tournament. He was in the finals, whooping up on a kid. I think that guy was ranked 4 or 5, and he tore his ACL, and then he just never kind of could get back onto the scene. Jason was in and out of the lineup a lot. He had a lot of shoulder injuries. And we're talking Penn State before they were Penn State. Back then they were 10 through 20 program, never could break the top 10. They had some good guys, but that was about it. They never really were what they are today. Not even close.
Yeah, it was Iowa, right? Iowa was the franchise.
Iowa was like through the 90s and the early 2000s, it was always Iowa. And then Oklahoma State is the most historic program. They have the most national titles. They're always a contender. They're always a top 5 program. Minnesota was very good in the early 2000s. Minnesota was the first team to ever have 10 All-Americans. So there's 10 weight classes. And they were the first team up until last year, the only team to have all 10 guys placed at the NCAA tournaments in the top 8.
Was that Brock Lesnar's?
I don't know if Lesnar was a part of that program, but he went to Minnesota. I'm not sure if he was a part of the 10 All-American team or not.
Okay, I mean, that guy just...
Yeah. Oklahoma State had the first ever 4-time national champ, Pat Smith. His brother is John Smith. John Smith is like, my favorite wrestler of all time. He was the man. He was an Olympic champion in the mid-90s. I think he was a 6-time world champ, 1-time Olympic champ, all right in a row. He was the man.
John Smith's your favorite wrestler of all time.
John Smith, and then Cale Sanderson. Yeah,
Now,
John Smith is the man.
Was John Smith in your weight class, or just where did you wrestle at?
John Smith was older than me, quite a bit older than me. He's like in his maybe 60 years old right now.
Okay.
But he was just the man. So like growing up, a 10-year-old boy, I'm watching him win the Olympics. His shoes are, everybody's wearing his shoes. It's like John, and his style was so cool and flashy. He kind of was the one who developed the low ankles, the low attacks. He was just flashy, and I don't know, man. He's just so cool. I love John Smith. What weights did I wrestle? So I wrestled 141 in college. I wrestled 40 my senior year in high school, 35, 25, 19 through the years. You work your way up as you get older. But in college, I wrestled 141. I went to Wilkes University. I was ranked top 5 in the country. Never made it to the postseason. Stuff got in the way of that. But I guess the best part of my career was my coaching career. I got to coach at Wyoming Seminary for 9 years. And while I was there, we won 2 national titles while I was there. And when I first got there, we were like a top 20 program. But by the time I left, we were a top 3 program. The last 4 years, no doubt about it. It was like us, Blair Academy, and then there was other teams that kind of came in and out. But yeah, Wyoming Seminary out of Kingston.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, like when we were in high school, they were garbage. But they got a coach that moved in. He started recruiting. The school got behind them. And when I came there, we were able to recruit, bring in a lot of good kids. And that Wyoming Seminary, to this day, they're still a top 10 program in the country. But yeah, we won a national title while I was there, and I got to meet so many awesome kids that went on to have great careers in college. And
I mean, it must feel fantastic to be able to give. I mean, people don't realize, like, again, when you, I wish you knew, like, how you were talked about in the hallway. Like, I just can't. Again, I mention it to people I know. I'm like, you guys have no idea. Like, this guy was like, it was like if Bob Sura was to come to your school, or if it was like Jerry McNamara was coming for a visit. Like, Pat O'Hara was like a big deal, and we already had the Woodalls. So like we were like, we were I mean, locked and loaded as a school.
Yeah, we it was cool. My freshman year I came and I won a district title, and I remember after I won the district title, I was the 3 seed. I wasn't even supposed to win it, but took care of business, got it won. And I remember the next morning, my mom, I come down, I wake up, you're on top of the world. My mom's got the Pittston Dispatch sitting there, and it says, "We 3 Kings" at the top, and it's me and the Woodalls, and I'm like, holy crap, like I'm like with I'm with those guys, and it was pretty cool.
It was so wild. So like, because the Woodalls were a couple 8 grades ahead of us. They were like what, junior and senior?
They were 2 years older than us. Yep. 2
years older than we were. Right.
Yep.
So like when you were on there, I remember we 3 Kings, and we were like, hey, our guy, remember the guy that was going to come here? And we know that guy. It was a big deal for our class, or at least, for the group that I hung out with, and I basically hung out with just about everybody. It was hey, did you see what Pat's in the paper? Like that was the whole story, and it was a really cool story. And
and back then that's what you had. You didn't have social media and all this other stuff. We had the newspaper. So if you were in the newspaper, you were the man, so it was a good feeling
to get your name in the newspaper. And then we used to have in high school, I don't know if they still do it now, but we had morning announcements.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you remember my junior year when I made it to States. We were leaving for States like around lunchtime. So we were in the lunchroom, and it's like, they over the announcements, Pat O'Hara is dismissed, and like everybody like lined up and was like, "Good luck, Pat." It's such a cool feeling.
We had you winning already. We were like, he's gonna come back with it. And the trophy wasn't for you, by the way. The trophy and the medals, they were for us. He's coming back, and he's gonna, because you were so. I remember you were so nice about sharing all of it with everyone.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of I know like my Hunter Wynn plaque and all that stuff is still in the auditorium down there. I know James Woodall's state title. It's up on his singlet that he wore. All that is still in the auditorium at Pittston area. So Yeah, I mean, that's cool that the school wants to celebrate it, and as long as they're proud of us, we're happy to share it with them. You know what I mean?
Well, it's insane. I mean, it's just that's mind blowing, right? That's I mean, to be a real athlete, right? You went to districts, you went to regionals. Those are real special times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Those are real special times.
Look, they're best memories to look back on. Just don't want to, won't ever forget it.
No, I mean, like I said, those were what I thought was so fun, like that you allowed everyone to be a part of the ride, right? And so we're not young anymore.
No.
Well, I'm not young anymore. Maybe
me neither, buddy. It goes quick.
It goes quick, and we both got families now and stuff. But because I think this is very important, because you were so gracious with your time and you were so nice to everybody. Now that your story doesn't just sit in that auditorium, it continues.
Yeah,
the people
definitely.
in my house know who you are.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I'll be like at a bar or we'll go out for dinner somewhere, and I'll see a guy like we went to high school with, and he'll come over and say like, I told my kids that guy there kick anybody's ass in this room, stuff like that. And it's like, no, man, I don't want to do that. I don't think I can do that. But thank you for thinking that. You know what I mean?
It's so funny because you were 6'5" before you even got into, and we were like in fear of the teachers. We were like, boy, if those teachers ever say anything to us, Pat, but you weren't like that at all. You were quiet. You did your work. You wrestled honestly. You won matches, and you weren't very braggadocious. You went about your work, but yes, you go out now and you're still the people's champion.
It's funny that it is like that though, but you're right. But but in the scheme of it, I wasn't really, I was good locally. I was pretty good for like the area, but I never really got it done on the national scene. My freshman year in college, I had a pretty good run where I was ranked pretty high, but there's so many more guys out there way better than I ever was. And then the level of talent now with these high school kids coming through the ranks. And I mean, I could just talk for days about some of these guys that are coming up now. It's just incredible.
Do you think you ever reached your pinnacle? Like, do you think you ever left a little bit on the mat? Do you think you left a little bit out there?
I left a lot there, buddy. Yeah, too much. I regret it every day. But, pass that down to our kids and the kids that I work with, I coach today, and try to make them see that they're capable of so much more. And you always have more to give. You always have more to learn. So, I regret a lot of my career. I wish I should have accomplished way more than I did.
Well, I mean, just on the college scale, right? I mean, you probably thought
every level. I mean, there was a lot more there. There's so much more there. But you're a kid and you want to go swimming, you want to go, looking for whatever. And it's like, that's not how you reach your goals though.
Well, yeah, and it's tough to do in life.
It is,
right? I'm sure you're a farmer, right? You're you have your orchard, you have kids, and you tell your kids, go out and experience everything, but don't do everything though.
Right, exactly. It's like, but I know it's hard. It's hard.
Not go swimming.
Yeah, right. Like, don't go to the swimming party, go to the wrestling tournament. Yeah, right. I'm going to the swimming party, but you really should have probably went and wrestled at that tournament. You
By
should
the way,
have
that beer is not going to help you make weight.
Yeah, no.
I'm drinking.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Now I am.
Now I am. Well, I mean, now you can, but I mean, you're still in good shape though, right?
Yeah. No, I'm happy with the way I look, the way I live. So always trying to improve and live a little cleaner. But, for the most part, I think I'm doing pretty good for 42 years old.
God, 40. I mean, I'm 41 and I run every day, but I have to.
Yeah.
People are like,
you got to try the pickleball, Jack.
Yeah, we have pickleball down here. And I'm in Florida. In case anybody, I've fled Pennsylvania for sunnier skies.
Yes, I don't blame you.
It's if you get a chance.
Yeah, I was just we were just down in Savannah, Georgia last week. Boy, the weather was beautiful.
Savannah, Georgia, in Savannah is the greatest part. So as we traveled down here, the first time I felt like we were in the South was South Carolina.
Yep.
It was sunny, but it was still had that little chill in the air.
Yeah.
And then when we traveled and we saw the Savannah, Georgia sign, and we rolled down the windows, and I went, oh,
yeah,
okay, we're in the South now, right?
Yeah,
North Carolina feels a lot like Pennsylvania.
It's still pretty chilly. Yep.
Pretty chilly. You got the mountains, all those other things. So do you want to talk about NCAA wrestling rankings? I mean, all of this.
Yeah, I want to talk some college wrestling. I mean, we got one of the biggest duels of the year coming up this Friday night, Penn State, Iowa.
Penn State, Iowa. So Penn State's ranked number 1.
Yes. Yeah, no one's going to touch them. I mean, actually, Ohio State's got a good team, but it'll be a good duel.
We'll get to Ohio State. So Penn State's undefeated, right? They just, I don't know, Rutgers, I mean.
Yeah, no, and it's kind of sucky because some of these teams aren't, like Rutgers held back 2 or 3 of their starters because they're trying to protect seed or not show something, but like your guys aren't going to beat those guys anyways. What are you trying to keep? Let them go get some feel, it doesn't make sense.
So you'd rather them get the experience, like, because there are guys that are ranked, right? There's I could bring it in or whatever, right? And it'll change for us. There are guys that are ranked that their teams aren't very good. But
there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. And that's what makes wrestling so great at the NCAA tournament at the end of the year. You got the kid from Cal Poly. He's the only kid on the team that's ranked, but he's representing that school. He's putting them on the board, and that's what I love about wrestling is that you can have these schools that aren't very good, but they got 1 or 2 individuals that are absolute studs, and they can go out there and make some noise, upset some guys, and get themselves on the podium.
So I have a question because we will have, we'll get into Penn State and stuff. But before we dive into that, March Madness has become this huge wrestling event now.
Yeah, we call it March Madness.
Madness. All right. Yep. March Madness. I like that.
Yeah.
And so if I can win and make the podium, right?
Yeah. Yeah, then you become an All-American. That's pretty much what wrestling all comes down to, that one tournament at the end of the year. It's a 3-day event. It starts on a Thursday, ends on Saturday night. Saturday night is the final. So if you're a Saturday nighter, you're the real deal. But so how it works is the first 33 guys make the tournament. There's one pigtail match in every weight class. Then you get into the round match. So the round, how like in the round of 32, that's like an even bracket, right? There's 16 matches. So they give one extra guy 33. So a pigtail is just to wrestle into the 32-man round.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So like the worst 2 guys will wrestle, and the winner gets to wrestle the best guy. It's kind of pointless, but they do it. So you got the round of 32 Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, you got the round of 16. Friday morning, we have the round of 8. Friday night is the semis, which is the top 4. And then Saturday night is the finals. Full wrestlebacks. So like the best round of the whole damn tournament is Friday night. You got the semifinals. You got those guys wrestling to go on to become finalists and maybe live their dream of being a national champion. And at the same time, you got the blood round where those guys are wrestling to become All-Americans. There, you could cut the tension in that arena with a freaking knife, man. It is so intense. It is the coolest spectacle you will ever see in any sport ever. You walk in, dude, they got the music playing, the hype video. The guys are down on the mat warming up. It's just like, oh, man, there's nothing better. I can't freaking wait.
Oh, my God. You're ready to go back out there.
Dude, oh, man. At Nationals, you're just numb. You're ready, buddy. I love it.
That's wild. So, and you're going to be there, you said, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I usually try to go every year. I have missed a few, but yeah.
I mean,
it's in Cleveland, Ohio this year.
It's in Cleveland, so that's Middle America.
Middle America. Yeah,
it's in Cleveland, Ohio this year.
It's in Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah.
All right. So I know that we love. I'm just looking at some of these rankings here.
Yeah. We got Iowa, or we got Penn State at 1. Who do they have at 2? Whose rankings did you use, Jack?
I use coaches.
Okay.
So there's obviously I went to the NCAA website and I went with the coaches rankings.
Okay. Yeah,
because I figured they would know top to bottom.
Yeah, no, they're pretty accurate.
So I'll give you the top 10.
Okay.
and then we'll see how we feel, right? Penn State's number 1, they're undefeated.
Yeah.
Ohio State's number 2, and they're undefeated.
Yes.
And Ohio State's also had more matches. They're 11-0 versus 6-0.
Yeah, so what happened was, let me just comment on this quick. This year they introduced the national duels, they called it. I think that's what they called it. I forget, the national duels. It was a new thing they did, and what they did was the top 12 finishers from last year's NCAA tournament got an automatic bid. And then 16 through 25, they drew 4 teams out of a hat, and those teams got to go. Penn State doesn't believe in it. They don't want to go. Coach Sanderson says, not for us. We wrestle to win in March. It doesn't really mean anything. They put I think it was they put $1 million out for the guys to earn different ways, like $100,000 for first place, whatever. There was like different bonuses for individuals and stuff. But Cale Sanderson doesn't really believe in over competing. He wants to peak his guys in March. Not to mention 6 of Penn State's 10 starters were on the U23 World team, which was Worlds were in October. So Cale's like, we're focused on winning world titles. We're focused on winning national titles in March. We don't care about this stupid tournament. And so a lot of the wrestling community's pissed off at Penn State about it. I understand, like, maybe, okay, it's not great for growing the sport, but Cale doesn't care, man. It's about the individuals, and it's about winning in March. And so they didn't go. Oklahoma State sponsored it. They were like, they have a guy there, Paycom. You ever hear of Paycom?
No.
It's like a app for for payroll and shit with businesses. The guy that owns that is a big Oklahoma State fan, and he funds the program, and he put all this money up to get these teams to come, but Penn State won't go. So, but anyways, Ohio State went to that. They won it. They killed everybody. That's why they have the 11 wins versus Penn State's 6.
Okay. All right. So that gives me a lot of context, because I'm looking at these schools and you're right. So Ohio State's 11-0. All right. So we'll go down the line. Now, you said you didn't, it does help grow the sport though.
Yeah, it does. I get both sides of the argument. I'm hoping someday Cale will do it, or they can figure out a way to make it worthwhile. Part of the problem is the NCAA says you only get to crown one national champion, and Cale doesn't want it to be a duel. He wants it to be earned through the individual tournament. So like that's how it works now. The tournament in March, you compete as an individual, but how you do throughout the tournament, you earn team points. And that's how we crown our national champion in wrestling right now.
Yeah. So here's what I think. I think that it'd be nice if we can meet in the middle, right? Because really what, March Madness, as you colorfully gave it that nickname or copied, also competes with March Madness.
Yes.
But here's what I think they can do, right? I believe that what they can do on the mat is the same thing that they do in basketball. In basketball, they do a Maui Classic. Heard of it?
A little bit, yeah.
And they'll take, I think it's the top 6 teams in the country, and they'll invite them out to Maui. Everybody gets the dinners, the banners and all this stuff.
Sure.
And it really kicks off the college basketball season, and they immediately go into their divisions.
Yes. I think that's what they're trying to do, but for whatever reason, Cale doesn't want to do it. So, like, I don't know. Penn State is it's secret. It's like they don't let the media know. They don't discuss injuries. They're not very candid. Everything is in-house, kept in-house. It's about wrestling. It's about being the best version of you. It's different. It's different, but it seems to be working. So I don't know why. Hopefully he'll come around and we can figure out a way to get Penn State into those tournaments. But Cale's not on board right now.
Well, like you said, he was protecting his players because he had them in another vested interest.
Yes. They were at Worlds. They had 6 guys. So hopefully, but that's the thing about Penn State wrestling. They're always going to have 5, 6, 7 guys at Worlds. They're just that good. They're just that much better than everybody else. They're getting all the best recruits. Although we will talk about some of that later, but there's some really good recruits. Virginia Tech's gonna landing all the good guys right now.
So that's really interesting.
It is. Yeah. Iowa had landed 2 of them, but the recruits wanted Iowa to twist the rules a little bit, allow them to come out there and train. Iowa said, no, we're not doing that. We're sticking by the rules. Because one of these guys, oh, there's so much. There's these brothers, Bo Bassett and Melvin Miller. Melvin's adopted into the family. But
Okay.
Bo Bassett is the top recruit in the country. Well, so those two, they all wrestle for Bishop McCourt High School. It's in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
There's another kid on that team named Jax Forrest.
Okay.
Jax committed to.
I like that name, Jax.
Yeah, Jax Forrest. He committed to Oklahoma State, and they were kind of you're not twisting the rules, but they had someone privately funding the kid to fly out there and train, where Iowa didn't have that type of a fund or a person willing to put the money up for Bo Bassett and Melvin Miller to come out there and train. And so they wanted someone like, hey, we want someone to pay for us to come out there and train. And Iowa couldn't make it happen. So they said, you know what? We're not going there. There's this weird rule in college wrestling with the regional training centers. If you're within a 150-mile radius, you can train at these different regional training centers. If you're not, then you can't train there unless you get funded to, it's a whole thing. It's kind of messed up, but anyways, that rule ended up hurting Iowa with those recruits, and they decommitted, and now they're going to Virginia Tech. And Virginia Tech also landed last year's top recruit, who just dominated everyone at the Midlands tournament, which is a very prestigious tournament. As a redshirt, he's redshirting this year. So next year they're going to have all these really young kids coming into the lineup and ready to go. Virginia Tech's got a nice team.
Let's couple this a little bit, right? So Penn State's the #1 ranked school in the nation, right? Although Ohio State's got the #1 ranked wrestler, Nick Bazookas.
Nick Bazookas at 125.
They might as well call him Bazooka. Change.
Okay. Wyoming Seminary boy, for the record.
Is he really?
Yep.
Nick Bazookas. Whatever.
Yep.
Change it. It's better.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll call him Bazookas. I like it. We'll go with it.
Bazookas. If you add a little bit of, flavor, right? It sells, right? The sauce is what sells the dish.
Yeah. I like it.
He's ranked #1. And Penn State's got Luke Lillendahl is ranked #2.
Yeah. Yeah. So they were teammates at Wyoming Seminary, both of them, Wyoming Seminary guys.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm biased, but I'm going Lillendahl. No, but that's going to be a great match.
All right, but who's the better wrestler?
Truthfully, I think Lillendahl is better. He has more credentials. He's gotten it. Like last year, they were both in the same. Actually, Bazooka wrestled 33 last year. He dropped a weight class this year, but he didn't place at nationals, and Lillendahl took 3rd. So I'm just going to stick with Lillendahl. I think he's more seasoned. He just seems to find a way to always be the guy. You know what I mean? Where Bazooka tends to choke and not get it done when it matters most.
That's why you're here, because I'm going by rankings, and I'm just kind of trying to lay it out here. #3 is Iowa State. And now we start to get a little interesting, because I don't know anything about Iowa State, except
Iowa State. They have a very good team. They got a lot of Cubans on the team. They like to recruit from out of the country a little bit.
Really?
Cool. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, you got to go get them however you can get them. Next year, Penn State's going to have a kid from Japan, one of the best kids in the world. He was a world champion at 61 kilos last year. Matsusuki Ono. Very good guy. Yeah. So we're starting to see a little bit more of that happening.
Hey, you know what? That's okay.
What's that?
They can't all be from Pennsylvania.
No, they can't all be, but the majority are. Yeah. Iowa State has a very good team. I'm interested. I don't know if they're ranked #3 in a lot of the other polls, but they're right there. Like for sure, Iowa State's one of the better teams. I don't have the result. I don't know the results as good as I'd like to know them from the college national duels, but I believe Iowa State lost to Oklahoma State and maybe NC State. Who else is who's 4 or 5 on there?
So the thing that I think is interesting is that Iowa State has now hired, or Penn State has hired Iowa State's old football coach.
Yeah, and Cale Sanderson was Iowa State's old wrestling coach.
See, and this is where I think people really need. Iowa is the number 1 tight end school in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to Iowa, you're going to be a tight end. You're going to the NFL.
Right.
That's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is that they were so good at wrestling for so long. If the athlete was a little bit better than the mat, they would send him over to be a tight end.
Yeah.
This is what happened.
Yeah, well, the heavyweight at Iowa right now, he plays football also. He was a defensive end. Now, I think he took last year off of football to focus on wrestling for this year, but he's an NFL prospect. His name is what the hell is his name? I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, he can't think of his name. Darn it. But yeah, he was like one of the, he was a big time recruit in football and wrestling. He committed to Iowa. He's from Iowa. Kind of not living up to expectations at the moment, but he's a stud.
Penn State through this season, right? One of the reasons I think they honestly brought in Franklin was because not only because he was a good football coach, but he believed in wrestling.
Yes, yeah, and that's what the same thing with the new football coach, right? What's his name? The guy coming in?
I forget his name. He's the guy from Iowa State.
I can't remember his name.
I'm drawing a blank as well. What's really interesting to me is that when I'm looking at these wrestling rankings, Virginia Tech is ranked 7th.
7, okay. Yeah.
They hire James Franklin there.
They hire James Franklin, right. Yeah, they want.
And all of a sudden,
yeah,
they're getting all the recruits you just said.
Yeah, and there's actually a bunch of videos out there of when these kids went on their visit there, Franklin was with them and shaking hands and showing them around. So I think there's a little bit of interesting. Yeah, it's cool, right? It's funny how it all kind of circles back around like that.
I mean, the whole technique of wrestling, you have to be a tremendous grappler.
Oh yeah,
and then work levels.
Yeah,
that's the whole job is being strong enough to get to certain levels and being strong enough to not only know the moves and the holds, but to get out of those levels.
Oh yeah,
big deal. That's the whole game.
Yeah, wrestling it's evolved so much in the last 10 years. It's just crazy. But
everything, it's an easy sport, right?
Yeah.
Then go do it.
Yeah.
Go do it.
Go do it. Right. Exactly. Oh yeah. Wrestling's, or like when someone say wrestling's gay. Say, oh, come on, let's wrestle. Let's see how much time you have to think about being like that. You know what I mean? You'll be just fighting for your life.
These are all the people that can't make it to their mailbox without taking an extra breath, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I just say, come on, let's go around. Let's see how gay you think it is, or
1 round.
Yeah, let's see.
1 round. Yeah. I mean, so all right, we'll get back to these. Iowa's ranked 4th, followed by the prestigious Oklahoma State. Those Okies are 8-1 this year.
Yeah, and they just how I talked about Jax Forrest earlier?
Yes.
So interesting, Jax Forrest is the first guy to ever do this, but he wrestled the first half of the year for his high school, left his high school, and is now enrolled at Oklahoma State. Wrestled Saturday night in the Bedlam, Oklahoma State versus Oklahoma, and pinned his guy in the first minute. So he's the first guy to ever do half a season high school, second half of the season in college.
So do you think that could be a new wave that he's starting?
I'd like to see it. I wouldn't be surprised if next year Bo Bassett, because Bo Bassett's a senior now and his brother Melvin is a junior. I wouldn't be surprised to see Melvin do it next year to get into Virginia Tech a little quicker, and he's ready. You know what I mean? He's plenty ready.
I feel like everything sells better with a name, right?
Yeah.
Bazooka's perfect.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're going to at the end of college, football's got the portal.
Yeah. We got it in wrestling too.
Get rid of it. Not in college football, but in wrestling, you'll be calling entering the forest.
Yeah. Yeah, just do what Forrest does. Yeah.
Because Jax Forrest was the first one to do it, right? From high school and then roll the second year. Call it entering the who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that's just how good the high school kids are right now. They're just able to just Like he made the senior world team this year going into a senior year of high school. He made the senior team. So like if it was an Olympic year, he would have been our representative at the Olympics. It's incredible.
Really? I mean, that's phenomenal. All right, so we got Oklahoma State. Then we got those boys from Nebraska at 6.
Come on, Oscars. Look up the name AJ Ferrari. You'll be oh my God, AJ Ferrari. Look it up when you get a chance, guys. But AJ Ferrari is just a madman, in and out of trouble. He started off his career at Oklahoma State, was a national champ as a true freshman. The beginning of his sophomore year, he got into this crazy car accident, got hurt. Then all kinds of sexual misconduct allegations started coming out of the woodworks. Then he got that cleared up. He was going to go to Iowa. He went and wrestled in this tournament in Iowa. The fans were like booing him and stuff. He does like this thing where he does like splits. He did like splits and started giving everybody the bird. So then Iowa was like, okay, well, we can't take him here. So then he took another year off. Then he ended up at Cal Bakersfield, took 3rd last year. Then this year he transferred. He went to North Carolina. And who's the football coach at North Carolina?
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick, and his girlfriend's like 25 or something.
Yeah.
The girlfriend intervened and said, no way, we can't have this guy at North Carolina. She somehow managed to get AJ Ferrari kicked out of North Carolina. So then because of the sexual, I don't know, she somehow was involved in this. It's fucking wild. That's what I'm telling you. Sorry for cursing. You got to look into it. It's a crazy story. So then he ends up at Nebraska. Okay, he's at Nebraska this year. Everything's going fine. He wrestles just this past Friday night against Purdue. After the match, he gets pulled over for a speeding ticket. They run his car. Oh, you have a warrant for your arrest out of Texas for evading arrest in October. It's like, what the heck is going on? This is just wild. How does AJ Ferrari constantly find himself in all this controversy? It's just wild.
First of all, Ferrari getting in a car accident. I don't know how that didn't make that didn't make the news, right?
Yeah. And you love the names in wrestling, don't you?
I do like if you can sell them, it's worth it.
Yeah, and he has a little brother, Angelo Ferrari. He's a freshman at Iowa. He's their 184-pounder, number 1 ranked guy in the country, stud.
What do we buy these guys from Italy?
Yeah,
think about it, AJ
right?
Ferrari and Angelo Ferrari.
Yeah,
don't mess with New Jersey. Ferrari. They're from Jersey?
Yeah.
Of course they are.
Yeah,
of course
exactly.
Shipped directly in, right? It's for Chile in the box.
Yeah, exactly.
A lamp didn't get out of there. Yeah. A Ferrari did.
Oh, Ferrari did.
I think he would have been accepted for all of his speeding problems. But, here's the thing. If she got him booted from North Carolina, she had to have known the girl.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know all the details of that, but there's something there.
We don't have to dive into it, but I mean, she doesn't have.
That's for the listeners to dive into on their own.
I don't want him here.
Yeah. Right. And how does she have that kind of pool? It's just crazy.
Bill.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
Right. He's got to go. All right. We can't have him here. She's throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, right.
like that's what happened. I want the purse.
How does he even have that energy for a girl like that much younger than him? My God.
Here's the thing. We'll touch on it real quick, and then we'll get back to our list. Here's the thing with Bill Belichick. All of his life, he's been like this.
Yeah.
He's been dark blue, right? He's been New England Patriots. By the way, he was a darker shade of blue before the Patriots. He was Navy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
With which program? Navy?
So no, his father is Navy, and he went to Navy. He's a Navy man.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So and that's why the only TV appearance that he did for college football was the Army Navy game. He's a Navy guy.
I got it.
He went from dark blue. You know how dark the blue is in Navy.
Yeah.
Then he went to a lighter shade of that blue in New England.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And these are his successes. I know he was a Browns coach as well. But and then she got him to lighten up.
Yeah.
Now he's a lighter blue.
Yeah, and his team sucks.
Well, it's year one, and it's really interesting this offseason that they just hired Bobby Petrino as the OC.
Okay.
The last success Bobby Petrino had was at Louisville, running a pro offense with Lamar Jackson. Interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah.
People go, "Oh, Bill suck." Well, you don't think Bill listens and reads the paper? It still hits his front door. He reads. He knows. But he also has to get her the right color purse. It's a difficult
He's got
time
his
in his
hands
life.
full. Yeah.
I'm 70 some years old. She's 20. Oh, I don't know how old he is, but Virginia Tech is 7. South Dakota State.
Yeah. They got a nice program. They do a really good job recruiting. Their coach used to be the assistant coach at Cornell. Cornell always has a really good program.
I remember reading about a little bit of information on Cornell. A lot of great wrestlers come from Cornell.
Yeah, South Dakota State has a good program. They just do a really good job recruiting. They do things the right way. They don't cut any corners. Just old fashioned, hard nosed. They're in a good conference. So they have a good team. Like they probably aren't gonna do great at nationals. But as far as duels go,
is that a prediction?
That is a prediction. Yeah, you can take it to the bank too. Now they'll have I don't think they'll be inside the top 10 at nationals, but I think if you had a dual meet tournament, they're probably a top 10 dual meet team because from 25 through heavyweight, all their guys are scrappy. Then nobody's gonna quit. Everyone's gonna fight hard, and that's how you do good in duels.
I've got DraftKings and Hard Rock on my phone. I can take these to the bank.
Yes. No, I know. I've been doing good this year on DraftKings with the college stuff. Yeah.
I'm telling you, if they have, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have some college wrestling on there.
They do. That's what I'm saying. I've done good this year on them a few times. Yeah.
Is that right?
Next time I get a good one, I'll shoot it your way.
No, we could start doing college wrestling props. Look at, man. If we got a man on the inside.
Yeah. I got some info.
All right. Listen, because it's untapped and nobody knows.
Yeah, exactly. But they do a pretty good job. They do a good job. Every once in a while, you're like, what the hell are they thinking here? And I'll make a couple phone calls. It's like, hey, someone out of the lineup that I don't know about. And they'll be like, no, everyone's going. And it's like, all right, well, that's a no-brainer. Let's put $50 on this one. You know what I mean?
It's like 3 a.m. table tennis. I'm undefeated. I shouldn't be up at that hour, but I need to be betting on the guy with the long last name that's minus 390. Yeah. And I don't even watch the match. I watch my phone and I watch a score. I've got. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Olympics with that stuff, man. I love the Olympics. How about you?
I'm a big Olympics guy.
Oh God, I can't go away from it. I love it.
And after day one, I'm a great couch judge.
Oh yeah. Know it all.
I mean, once they spend 4 minutes explaining the rules to me, and I'm like, that was not a triple flip.
Right.
Take points.
Right. Oh, no one critiques curling harder than me. Like, what kind of shot? What are you thinking? Like, why would you? What are you trying to squeeze that in there for? That's a horror. You could have blocked. Like,
which guy do you want to be, the pusher or the broomer? I don't know what the technical terms are. I'm sure you do.
I don't know either. I mean, I don't either. But I'll know in a couple months.
I'd rather be the guide. All right, just let it go.
Yeah. I want to be that guy too, because scrubbing seems like you might get a little sore,
My God, when you get to the end of it, you got to scrub more. I feel like I'm old.
I want to be the guy that stands in the back and yells like hard, more. They're yelling.
Was that a position?
I think so. I don't know.
All right. Well, listen, we'll have you on for some Olympic coming. We've got Olympics coming soon. All right. We've got Illinois at 10. They're 7-2. Minnesota is 6-2 at 11, and Michigan is 4-2 at 12. Any thoughts on that? NC State is also at 9.
Yeah, Michigan stinks. There's a down year for them.
Oh, all right. I was like, school in general?
They usually have a really good program, wrestling program, but they're not very good this year. I think they're redshirting a few guys trying to regroup for next year. NC State, I thought was going to be better than they are. They're not doing good. So I really like Oklahoma State. They're going to do really well, especially bringing Jackson to the lineup. They got a bunch of young guys. They got 2 Penn State transfers in their lineup. Who else did you mention there?
So I got NC State at 9, Illinois at 10. Minnesota.
Illinois got a nice team this year. I could see them being inside the top 7 at nationals. They got a lot of good individuals. Really? They got the returning national champ at 133.
Oh, all right.
Lucas Bird, very good guy. It's funny. He's funny. He dates a volleyball player. She's like 6'4", he's like 5'4". It's hilarious.
If it works for you, right?
Yeah, they got a funny Instagram account, the two of them. They post funny pictures all the time.
That is kind of funny. All right, so Illinois is a real player.
Illinois is a good team. Yeah, they got a nice team there.
Could they bolster their squad if they hire one of the Ferraris?
Absolutely, anybody could. The Ferraris are freaking good wrestlers, man. They're just AJ is a problem. The one that's at Nebraska, he's a problem. But
couldn't we just
the one at Iowa is a good kid. He keeps his mouth shut, works hard, fun to watch.
Couldn't we just have somebody watch him?
Yeah, you would think, but like, what the hell? Like, he went home. Like, what the hell is he doing in Texas in October? And why are you running from the police? What the hell?
Here's the problem with this a little bit, though, is that he's an adrenaline guy.
Yeah.
Clearly,
that's what it seems like. Yeah.
Clearly, he's an adrenaline guy, and he's at this age, he's undefeated. Who's gonna beat him besides him?
Right. Exactly.
I mean, he could go wrestle for any of these schools. You know how great, what crazy that is? He's so talented. Like you said, AJ Ferrari is so talented. He can go, and if he's listening to this, please don't come and attack me.
Yeah.
I'll quit quickly.
Yeah.
But he can wrestle at any one of these schools.
Yeah, anywhere he wants. And it pretty much has gone through them all. It's like just keep your mouth shut, man, or not even your mouth, just don't get into trouble. Just do the right thing. It's not hard, And it's more of an adrenaline rush if you don't know the driver and you get in a car and they drive fast. Right? You got no control. Yeah. I begged, Remember Jeff Dunn? One
Jeff.
time he's driving so dang fast. It's like, Jeff, please just let me out of the car, man. I can't do that. I get scared. I don't like that stuff. But yeah, wild stuff.
He did, and he's still.
Well, Jeff is in. Jeff passed away.
Did he really?
Yeah, Jeff was in a motorcycle accident. Adrenaline, But yeah.
Well, that's. I mean, right? I like I like fans.
Me too. Nice, easy. Let's enjoy the road. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, it's just one of those situations where, it's you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So
I was thinking of Phil, actually.
Yeah, Phil's doing good. Yeah.
Phil's doing good.
Yeah.
13, North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm surprised to hear they're that high. They have a good team. They have a good coach. They have the old Cornell coach. So he went to North Carolina. He actually went to Stanford. Then he went to to North Carolina. So he does a good job of recruiting. He gets the right guys. They'll be a top 10 team here in a year or two.
Okay. All right. And that's, again, I'm putting asterisks as stars near these schools that have good college football coaches as well.
Yeah.
Because that's a direct, you could change that, whatever you want, name and likeness money anywhere.
Yeah.
You could really move that money into different programs.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's really important. Well, they're paying the players. Look it, man. I want you to go get hit once and then say you don't deserve any money for that. Just once. Just stand there. Just try to gain a yard. I mean, I'll tell you what. 90% of the country that watches college football, their athletic skills are like Rudy Rudiger.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's worse than Rudy.
Fine. Worse than Rudy.
Yeah, but there's a lot of couch potatoes that at least Rudy will get up there and do it. You know what I mean? Like,
just watch the parts of the movie where he failed.
Yeah, right.
How
great is that movie?
Oh, it's fantastic.
I love it.
It's a great movie, and I wish Notre Dame showed as much heart this year as that kid did, and finished the season. You finish what you start.
Yep. Yeah, they should have played that. I don't understand. Who cares if half your team doesn't play because they're whatever, but just show up and play the game. There's plenty of guys on that roster that wanted to play.
In the bowl game, and we'll get to the rest of the list in a second. The bowl games are played after Christmas or during Christmas weekend. Yeah. I want to know how much merchandise was spent on Notre Dame memorabilia that people put on their backs, that hats that are worn, because people love Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And then they didn't get to watch a game with all their gear on. It was their last, everybody has a last ride.
Yeah.
Last part of the season, last wrestling match, last something. And I think it would have been important for seniors that went to the school.
Yeah.
It would have been important for fans that follow the franchise all year just to not even get to see their player one more time.
It's bullshit. I mean, I like Notre Dame, sort of. I don't really like their fans. But you know, the reason why I dislike Notre Dame so much is because of what they did to their wrestling program. The wrestling program was endowed. I forget the man's name. The wrestling program was endowed in like the late 80s. This man passed away right in the Title IX era.
Mm-hmm.
And Notre Dame took that money, moved it over to football, and dropped their program in the name of Title IX. And it was like, come on, guys. Like, you've got plenty of money to keep your wrestling program going. It's a shame. Wrestling's in a bad way with that kind of stuff. The Title IX stuff really hurt wrestling a lot.
So explain to me Title IX.
Title IX was when they had to have equal women's sports to men's sports. Okay, so what a lot of these schools did was say, wrestling doesn't have a female side. Well, it's getting there now. It's getting a lot more women's wrestling, but at the time we had no women's wrestling. So what was the easy target? Wrestling. And it doesn't bring in a lot of money. It costs you a couple $100,000 to, shuttle these guys around the country to compete. So, you know what? Let's just drop our wrestling program. It really hurt wrestling bad. The SEC used to have some great programs. Clemson, Tennessee. They had some really good wrestling programs, and they just dropped them. Notre Dame was another one. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's so many.
If there's demand for the sport, has it? I don't understand, what title. There has to be fairness.
Yeah.
But as far as equal amount of sporting for men and women,
right?
I don't understand it.
Yeah, it was a shame. It caused more harm than good. It just hurt a lot of opportunities for kids who deserved it, and and now it kind of really hurt wrestling in the South overall, even at the younger age levels, because now they don't have, these kids that I want to wrestle for Clemson, or I could wrestle for Tennessee. They don't even have that down there. So South Carolina, Florida's getting pretty good. Like Louisiana, they stink. Like nobody does it because there's nothing to shoot for. There's no end goal.
Yeah, and so, but that's a little interesting, right? Because no SEC schools,
none, zero.
There are zero.
There
are zero SEC schools in this top 16. Rounding out,
they don't even have. There's no team in the SEC that has a wrestling program.
What?
There's not.
Go repeat that again as loud as you want to.
There is zero programs in the SEC that have a wrestling program. None.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense.
It's terrible.
It's terrible, and it doesn't make any sense because eventually you're not going to. The SEC is only going to be, football.
You put a program in Miami, hire Jordan Burroughs as your wrestling coach. Every goddamn kid from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New England. I can go live in Miami and wrestle for one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. It's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you? It's like Jordan. I think Jordan. Do you know who Jordan Burroughs is?
I don't.
Well, he's about 37 years old. He was a couple-time Olympic champion, bunch-of-time world. He's amazing. He actually put a tweet out a few years ago. He told USC. He said, "Start a wrestling program. I'll be your coach. You'll be a top 5 program in 4 years." Nobody listened, of course, but that. Yeah.
So, and then you have it. Then you have a franchise down in Miami, and if you need a cheerleader, you got a trash can. Michael Irvin will show up. He'll
take his belt off. Yeah.
I mean, bro, I don't know. I'd have him arrested before the game. I'd be like, there's no way you're like at the age of 16.
Fair. Yeah.
We're just taking you for a drug test. It's random. Yeah. We do it to all fans. Yes, right. She got tested up there, but she's not beating a trash can. I don't know how to help you anymore. Why is Ray Lewis and no one else like you? Put your belt back on. You're going there.
Yep.
That guy is crazy.
He is nuts.
I tweeted just this past week that if Indiana beats Miami, I hope Kirk Cignetti gets to take his belt off and beat Michael Irvin with it. I don't.
Yeah, he should. I
don't
love
think
Signetti, man. What a football guy, huh?
Well, and that's a surprise here. Because where is Indiana ranked in all this? Is he going to start getting – it seems smart to me to build a wrestling program and a football program together.
Yeah. They have a good coach in Indiana. It's just the Big Ten is so competitive recruiting-wise. It's like it's tough to get the right guy. You know what I mean? If you don't get one or two of those big names, the other kids aren't going to follow. And Indiana's just been struggling on the recruiting trail. So maybe they got to do a different change. Maybe they got to change it up with the coach.
Yeah.
It's tough. You got to get a coach in there that the kids, the guy was good 20 years ago. Nobody knows who he is anymore. I believe it's Angel Escobedo is the coach.
Really? All right.
Yeah, Angel Escobedo. He was a couple-time national champ for Indiana back in the day.
And so it's salesmanship, right? So maybe. They probably don't want to do it, but I think it'd be smarter for these for wrestling coaches maybe to show up on football sidelines.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about when you go to a Penn State wrestling match, you got the football coach, the AD, everybody sitting right next to the wrestling team. Now I think Cale Sanderson does. He like gives like talks to the football team.
Yeah,
like meetings and stuff. They'll have him in to talk. Because Cale is real big. Cale isn't like a motivator. What he is he tries to keep you focused on you. Focus on the things you can control. Nothing is bigger than you. Nothing is, you might go win this game, but after that's over, you're going to come home and you're still going to be like, well, are we going to the diner for breakfast? Are we not, your life doesn't really change. It's still who you are. You still have to go and live your life, and 5 years from now, no one's going to remember that you knocked that pass down or you got that last minute takedown. I mean, some people are, but it's like, it doesn't really define you on a day-to-day, every minute of the day basis, and so I think that's what makes Cale so special.
Yeah, I always think to myself, if I have a tough day or, whatever, I mean, they happen to all of us, right? I look over, I go, well, my dog still likes me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. It's like the dog's gonna like you no matter what. Doesn't care if you win or lose, right?
I'm like, wow. I'm like, I today sucked, right? I open my front door. I'm like, oh, she thinks I'm doing great out there.
Yeah, yeah. Right. They don't
she
care.
thinks I'm doing great out there. I don't know if you're gonna have food in the morning, but
right.
You love me now.
Right.
Never happened. But I'm just saying, if you have tough days,
right.
You hang your head, and if there's a tail wagging for you, right? Like you said, Cale Sanderson, first of all, he sounds like a coach.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm big on these names. I'm big on how things sound.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I think that's why people buy things.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and with wrestling, we got a lot of good names. I mean, that's why I named my boy Trap.
Why'd you name your boy Trap?
Well, there's one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. His name was Trap McCormick, and I never met anybody else named Trap. So I said, Trap's cool. We're going to go with it. Trap it is.
All right. I like that. There could be something, right? Trap
I think
O'Hara,
there's something about
right?
having a cool name, and I think it goes.
There is. Brock Lesnar.
Right. Brock Lesnar. I mean, I'm trying to think of some other good ones out there, but there's a lot. There's a lot of them.
How old's your kid?
He's 4.
4 years old.
Yep.
And I think you mentioned earlier, that's when you started wrestling.
I started wrestling when I was 4. Yep. He started wrestling when he was 3. So we'll see.
We've got what? We've got 12 years before Trap O'Hara.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope people are talking about him. I hope he's better than me. That's the goal. Just be better than me.
How hard? Like that's. Don't tell him that, because you were really. He's got to walk the same. You live in Pittston. You're in the Pittston area school district.
Bloomsburg now. Yep.
Bloomsburg. So who's their school? Are they Bloom or are they
Bloomsburg? Yep.
Are they Berwick?
Berwick's a little bit next to us, but yeah, we're still Bloomsburg. We have our own school district.
Okay, so I was wondering, you already have your eyes on that, because people had their eyes on you before.
The next town over is Southern Columbia. Are you familiar with them?
I'm not really. I've heard of them, but I'm not familiar.
Look up their football. They've won 15 of the last 16 state championships or something like that.
So maybe a Southern Columbia wrestler or football player.
The wrestling program is like that too. They win the state title every every 5 years or so. They got one of the best programs in the state. So if we have to go, we'll go. We're going to do whatever it takes to reach our goals. You know how it is. It's what I did. That's what he'll do. So,
all right. Let's see. We've been on, geez, an hour's passed already. You want to do it? Would you like to do our show again?
Yeah, absolutely. We should, maybe we'll do something from nationals or something when I'm out there, or if we got a big weekend on the DraftKings wrestling picks, we can do something like that.
Yeah. All right. I think that sounds great. I had a lot of fun here today. I hope you guys got a ton of information off of Pat. I mean, he had me studying.
Yeah.
He had me studying. We've learned about a lot of great teams and how they couple their football and wrestling programs together. Pat, do you have anything else to say before we get out of here?
Watch Penn State versus Iowa Friday night, Big Ten channel, 7:30, 184. You got number 1, number 2 going at it. 133, you got returning finalists versus a true freshman phenom. I mean, you can't go wrong. There's a lot of good matchups. Just check it out.
Who do you think wins?
Penn State wins 7 matches to 3.
Oh, all right. And a prediction.
Yeah, they'll win 7. Iowa will win 3. And that's being kind to Iowa there.
And that's what, let's see, the one of the matches that Iowa will win be Dean Peterson?
I don't think so. I'm gonna stick to Lillidahl there. Yeah, I don't know, but like I'm saying 7-3 because that's one of the ones they could win. I mean,
I'm saying Dean's ranked 5th in the country.
Yeah, I know. What was Lillidahl's 2, right?
Lillidahl's 2.
Yeah.
Is that the matchup?
That's a great matchup. Yeah, Lillidahl and Peterson. Yeah.
All right, so that's what we got. That's what we're making the popcorn for that matchup.
Yeah, 33. I think you have 5 and 6 going at it. 84. You're gonna have 1 and 2, like I said. Heavyweight, you're gonna have like 10 and 12 going at it. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's so many. I mean, Penn State's lineup, they're all ranked in the top 10. So,
yeah, I mean, they've got what? Levi Haynes, reigning champ,
world silver medalist, senior world silver medalist over the summer.
Stud.
Levi Haynes is the man. Gettysburg boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, Pennsylvania's got such a storied history. I mean,
yeah, they do. It's deep. It's deep.
Penn
State's 165 pounder is an absolute freak. Mitchell Messenbrink, he's the man.
They're probably the best wrestling school, or probably the best wrestling state in the country,
hands down. That's just a fact. Yeah.
Is it like so? People, Texas football. Everybody knows about Texas football.
Right.
Are they starting to? That's how the Pennsylvania wrestling scene is starting to. People are starting to travel to Pennsylvania to catch that ride.
Yeah, not starting. It's been that way since I was in high school. We are wrestling, you know. As Penn State says, wrestling lives here. You know, that's what it is. Pennsylvania is wrestling. That's what it is.
I didn't know that motto.
It says, Penn State wrestling, Penn State wrestling lives here. That's like their slogan. Yeah.
All right. Well, Penn State, Iowa. What time are we tuning in?
7:30, Big Ten channel.
7:30, Big Ten channel, Penn State, Iowa. The prediction is Penn State will win 7 matches. Iowa will take 3 matches, and Penn State will move to 7-0. Pat, it was so much fun having you on.
Thanks, Jack. I really appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, we'll get you back on again, and we'll definitely. I'm gonna keep you up to date with these rankings now. You've piqued my interest, and hopefully everyone else is out there.
Yes,
enjoy the rest of your day, guys.
Yeah,
Fantasy Farm Sports. So subscribe, and by the way, go to O'Hara Orchards. Get yourself OHF.
Yep.
OHF, right? You do a lot of farming and stuff up there. If you want underneath this podcast, please tag your site, tag all the stuff that you want to do, and go visit. Right? I think you have a lot of stuff up there to offer for people.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Thanks, Jack.
Yeah. Thank you.
See you, buddy.